Have you ever felt that something life-changing is just around the corner, but you can't quite put your finger on it? There's a quiet anticipation in the air, like the moment before a letter is opened, before a door is unlocked, before the truth finally reveals itself. Today, the angels have guided me to speak directly to your heart. Because what's coming your way is not just unexpected. It's something you had stopped believing could ever happen again. Someone, yes, that person you've quietly held in your thoughts, has been preparing a revelation. One that will resonate deeply within your soul. One that you once yearned to hear, but eventually gave up on. But now, the universe is shifting. And it's time you learned the truth. You may not realize it, but every prayer you've whispered, every tear you've concealed behind a brave smile, every sleepless night you spent wondering if love would ever knock at your door again, has been acknowledged. The angels have observed everything. And so has this person. They have been watching you from a distance with a gaze filled with questions and admiration. How do you keep going when so much has tried to break you? How do you keep your heart open when life taught you to guard it? This person has seen your strength, the quiet kind. The kind that doesn't need to shout to make an impact. And it has changed them in ways they can't articulate. At first, they couldn't identify it. They thought it was admiration. Then curiosity. Then perhaps a fleeting connection. But now, it's something else. Something deeper. Something sacred. Because here's what the angels are revealing today. This person is planning to say something that you never expected to hear again. Words you thought would never be spoken to you in this lifetime. And they're not just rehearsing it, they're poring over it. They are terrified, yet completely certain that you are the one they need to share it with. But why now? Why after all this time? Because something about you made them pause. Not just in their day, but in their entire way of living. You disrupted their comfort zone, not with noise, but with presence. With energy. With light. There's a calm in you that unsettles them, in the most beautiful way. You remind them of what they lost touch with: truth, vulnerability, purpose. They see in you something they forgot they even believed in: real love. The kind that doesn't come wrapped in grand gestures or perfect timing. The kind that shows up as you are, in the middle of your life, when you least expect it, but need it the most. Now, they're realizing that this love wasn't random. It wasn't temporary. And it wasn't a mistake. It was divinely placed. And here's where the angels want you to lean in. They are about to confess something. Maybe not with fireworks. Maybe not in the way the movies show. But in their own imperfect, vulnerable way. This person is preparing to open a door you thought was closed forever. They want you to know that you are not forgotten. Not by them. Not by heaven. What they're preparing to tell you might feel surreal at first. Because let's be honest, you've been strong for so long, you've learned to live without expecting anything. You've been the one who gave, who waited, who hoped in silence. And maybe you even convinced yourself that it's too late. But it isn't. The angels are aligning everything now. Conversations. Encounters. Feelings that can no longer be hidden. There is a moment coming, a divine moment, where this person will look at you and say what you thought you'd never hear again. And you won't have to chase it. Or beg for it. Or prove anything. You just need to keep showing up as you are. Because the version of you that exists right now, the woman who has survived heartbreak, disappointment, aging, motherhood, loneliness, change, is exactly the version that was meant to be seen, adored, and chosen. This person's heart has been quietly reshaped by your resilience. They see your softness not as weakness, but as divine strength. They now understand that real love isn't about finding someone who makes life easier. It's about finding someone who makes the pain worthwhile. And you, dear soul, are that someone. This is your season of truth. But before this truth reaches your ears, the angels want to ask you something. Are you ready to receive? Are you ready to let go of the walls you built to survive? Are you ready to stop dimming your light because someone in the past didn't know how to love your fullness? Because this time, The words won't come from a place of fear, but from clarity. Not from need, but from reverence. This person doesn't just want to be with you. They want to honor you. They want to say out loud what they've only whispered in their mind: "You are the one I never stopped believing in." And when that moment comes, when their truth finally meets yours, the angels promise, you'll feel it in every cell of your being. You'll know that all this time, love wasn't absent. It was just preparing its return. There is more to this message, and it's coming. But for now, I ask you to do one thing, not just with your fingers, but with your heart. Type "I receive" in the comments. Because when you declare that you're open, when you embody readiness, something shifts in the divine. Doors open. Hearts soften. And what's meant for you finds its way. Let's go deeper now. You may be wondering, why me? Why is this person so drawn to you? Why now, after all this time, are the angels saying that this moment, this confession, is divinely timed? Here's the truth that heaven wants you to hear today. It's because your soul carries a frequency that invites transformation. You are not just someone they feel for, you are someone who awakens them. There is a sacred power in your presence, a wisdom in your silence, and a softness in your heart that disarms even the most guarded souls. You don't try to fix others, you don't chase, you don't demand. You simply are. And it is this being that has cracked open something they thought they had buried long ago. This person has been haunted by echoes of things they never said, paths they never followed, loves they let slip away. And then you came. Not loud, not demanding, just real, just present, just you. And now, their soul cannot unfeel what it feels. They thought they had moved on, thought they were done with hope, thought they had seen it all, felt it all. But there's something about you that keeps tugging at them, like a melody they can't stop humming. You are not just a passing thought. You are the turning point in their journey. The angels show that they have been fighting this revelation, trying to rationalize it, to bury it beneath routines, expectations, old fears. But love has its own timing. And when the divine says it's time, resistance becomes exhausting. This person is exhausted from pretending. They're tired of trying to be logical about something their soul already knows. They can't ignore the dreams that feature your voice. The way their heart races when your name is mentioned. The way peace settles over them when they think of your presence. And that's why they're preparing. Not just to say something romantic, but to say something real. To speak from the raw, trembling part of their heart that still believes in miracles. And you, dear one, are the miracle. What they want to tell you is that you are the one they didn't think existed, the one they were too afraid to imagine, the one who makes them believe in second chances, in late bloomings, in love that shows up when we least expect it, but most need it. But here's the part that's even more important than what they'll say, how you'll feel when they say it. You won't doubt it. You won't overthink it. You'll feel it resonate through your body like a tuning fork hitting its perfect pitch. Because this time, the words will come from a place of complete surrender. No masks. No pride. Just truth. It might start small. A text. A glance. An unplanned moment where they just speak. But it will come. And when it does, it will feel like time slows down. Like the world pauses so your soul can finally exhale. Because deep down, you already know. You've always known. You felt this before logic tried to explain it away. Before fear told you to stop hoping. Before age, heartbreak, or circumstances tried to convince you to settle. You didn't imagine this connection. You didn't make it up. You felt it. And you were right. Now, the angels want to prepare you for the moment that comes after their words. That sacred electric silence where your heart will ask, now what? And here is the answer, whispered gently from the divine. You choose love again. You don't run. You don't shrink. You don't question your worth. You stand in your truth. Because everything that brought you here, the tears, the growth, the waiting, the whispers from your angels, it all led to this. A moment that is yours to receive. But there's one more thing you need to hear. This person's decision to finally speak their truth is not just about you. It's about their soul recognizing that it's time. Time to stop hiding. Time to live authentically. Time to claim the love that was written into their path before either of you even knew how to read the signs. And they will speak. Because when love has ripened in silence, it bursts forth in bloom. They will tell you what you never thought you'd hear again. And not because you asked for it, but because your soul's light called it forth. Now breathe. You are closer than you think. Closer than you've ever been. And what's coming is not just love, it's revelation. Recognition. Reunion. If this message stirred something deep inside you, it's not a coincidence. It's alignment. And if your soul whispered yes as you read these words, then you know this is for you. Your angels are clearing the path. This person is finding the words. Your moment is coming. And when it arrives, you'll look back at this very instant and smile, knowing it was never just a message. It was the first page of your next chapter. Let me take you even deeper now, because this journey, this unfolding, is not just about romance. It's about rediscovering the divine within you that called all of this in. The angels are revealing that everything you've gone through, the heartbreaks, the lessons, the waiting, was never meant to break you. It was meant to prepare you. To prepare you for a love that speaks your soul's language. To prepare you for someone who wouldn't just want you, but who would see you. All of you. And that's exactly what's happening now. This person isn't just falling in love with how you look, or how you speak. They are falling for the parts of you that others overlooked. The quiet strength. The resilience wrapped in gentleness. The way you carry your story, not with bitterness, but with grace. It's your scars, your wisdom, your softness, your laughter after tears. They see it all. And it humbles them. They have loved before, yes. But not like this. Not this deeply. Not this spiritually. The angels are clear. This connection is sacred. It didn't arrive to pass the time. It arrived to awaken something. This person is realizing that love isn't about fireworks. It's about alignment. It's about two souls who recognize in each other a mirror, a sanctuary, a promise. And the more they reflect, the more they're overwhelmed by one truth. You are the love they never thought they'd be lucky enough to receive. But there's more. The angels want you to know that you're changing too. This person's confession isn't just about their growth, it's about yours. You've become a version of yourself that no longer begs for love, but rather attracts it. You aren't chasing anymore. You aren't fixing. You're simply radiating. And because of that, something magnetic has begun to shift. They can feel it. They sense the change in you, and it terrifies them, in the best way. Because now they realize they can't afford to lose you. They can't put this off any longer. They don't want to miss the chance to build something real with someone who connects with them on a soul level. They are preparing something profound. Not just a conversation. Not just a moment. But a declaration. A turning point. And as they prepare to step forward, the angels are getting you ready to receive it. They're softening your heart. Strengthening your faith. Whispering reminders of who you are, so when this truth arrives, you'll be ready, not just to hear it, but to embrace it. Because this love, dear one, is not casual. It's not fleeting. It's not fragile. It's been through fire, through silence, through longing, through the ache of uncertainty. And still, it stayed. Still, it grew. Now, the angels are orchestrating something divine. This person may be rehearsing in their mind what they will say. Maybe they've even started writing it down, deleting it, rewriting it. Perhaps they've practiced in front of the mirror, whispered it into the night, prayed for the courage to say it out loud. But one thing is certain, the moment is coming. They will tell you something you never thought you'd hear again. They will say the words you stopped believing anyone would say to you again. And you will know it's real, not because it's perfect, but because it will come from their soul. So what do you do now? You stay open. You keep being yourself. You keep trusting that your light, your truth, your energy are enough. You don't need to chase. You don't need to convince. You don't need to shrink to be loved. The angels are saying, you are already chosen, already seen, already wanted, just as you are. But there is one final part one must share before we close this sacred message. This person's confession, their next step, is only the beginning. After the words are spoken, a new chapter will begin. One filled with decisions, alignment, and healing. And this is where you step into your power. Because you get to decide, what kind of love do you now believe you deserve? And here's what I want you to remember with every part of your being. You deserve a love that rises to meet you. That does not flinch in the face of your truth. That honors your depth, your softness, your divine fire. This person is coming forward. And when they do, it's not just a reunion, it's a revolution. And it will begin with the words you never thought you'd hear again. Spoken by the one who finally understood your worth. Stay open. Stay grounded. Stay glowing. Because love is no longer on its way. It's already here. And it's just about to speak. Now that your heart has recognized what is to come, the angels are asking me to prepare you for something even deeper. Because what is approaching is not just a conversation, nor is it simply an emotional declaration. It is a true shift in destiny. Yes, this person is about to say something you never thought you'd hear again, but there's something even more impactful happening behind the scenes. The way you are being seen. This person no longer sees you through the eyes of the past. They no longer see you as someone ordinary, someone transient. Gradually, what they feel has become something that can no longer be hidden. They are starting to realize that since you came into their life, nothing else has remained the same. The angels make it clear, this person now sees you as something sacred, like a reunion of souls. As if your presence has reactivated ancient spiritual memories, bonds that come from past lives. There's something about you that resonates too deeply, and that's why she hesitates, goes silent, and sometimes even pulls away. It's not due to a lack of love. It's because of an abundance of it. She feels she's facing something bigger than she can control. As if loving you means shedding all her armor, letting go of the rigid plans she's built, the certainties she used to protect herself. And still, the angels say, she will surrender. Because no one can resist the truth for so long. And you are the truth she can no longer ignore. Get ready, because this surrender will be unlike anything you've ever experienced. It won't come in the form of empty promises. It will come as a confession, as liberation, as a soul-to-soul release. She may call you to talk without much explanation. She may look into your eyes and hesitate before speaking the first word. But what follows will be like a portal opening. Something will be unlocked between you. A bond that was invisible but always existed will finally manifest in the physical world. The angels ask that you pay attention to the signs. The change in her gaze. The message sent at an unusual hour. The silence filled with emotion. And most importantly, that moment when time seems to stop, your heart races for no reason, and everything in you says, this is it. That will be the moment everything changes. And here's the most beautiful part, you won't need to prove anything. You won't need to explain yourself, nor relive old pains. You just need to be who you are. That woman who carries wisdom in her eyes, who loves deeply, who hasn't lost herself even when the world tried to erase you. That woman who, even in silence, still believes that true love exists. And deserves to experience it fully, reciprocally, genuinely. You can't imagine how many times this person has thought about telling you how they feel. How many times they practiced. How many times they froze up. But now, the angels are whispering in their heart, this is the moment. And they are listening. So, trust. Trust in divine timing. Trust in what you feel. Trust in the love that is still being prepared for you. And when that moment comes, when the words are finally spoken, you will remember everything you read here. And you will smile, with your soul at peace. Because you will know, it was real from the very beginning. And above all, it was meant for you. Now if your heart felt every word of this message, if something inside you whispered yes, then the angels ask you to make one last gesture. Write in the comments, I accept this truth. Not out of superstition, but because declaring that you are ready opens invisible portals. That's how you tell the universe, I'm prepared. And it listens to you. We have reached the last part of this message. And if you're here now, it's because your soul already knew that something was coming. Perhaps you felt this calling subtly, in the lines of life. In a dream, in a song, in a silence full of meaning. The angels show me that none of this was by chance. This person, the one you've never really been able to forget, is about to break the silence in a way that will change everything. They are getting closer. Not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, with all the vulnerability they've always avoided. And what they are about to say will touch parts of you that have been hidden away for years. It will be something like, I tried to move on, but I couldn't get you out of my heart. Or maybe, you have always been the only person I imagined something true with. Or even, I've never told you this, but you changed my life. And in that moment, you will feel, not with your ears, but with your soul. Because these words will not come alone. They will come loaded with everything that has been lived in silence. From the days when you felt longing and couldn't speak. From the times she wanted to reach out to you but lacked the courage. From everything that remained suspended in time, waiting for this reunion. But be careful, this truth doesn't come just to move you. It comes to position you. Because now that you will be chosen, seen, recognized, the question will be, are you ready to live the love you've always dreamed of? The angels say, yes, you are. And because of this, now is the time to act with faith. What happens from here on out depends on how much you can trust who you have become. Because this person isn't falling for you just because of your beauty or your presence. They are falling for the whole woman that you are. For your maturity. For your courage. For your light. And in this love, there will be no space for halves. For doubts. For games. It will be intense. Real. And it will require commitment. But don't worry, you won't be alone. Because what is approaching is a harvest. You planted love even when you didn't receive it. You chose the truth even when it hurt. You kept being light even on your darkest days. And now, the universe is ready to repay you. This love is the answer. This person is the sign. And this message is the push you needed. So I ask you from the heart, don't let this message pass by as just another reading. Take ownership of it. Embrace it. Live it. Feel it. And if something inside you screams, this is about me, then come closer. Leave your name, your energy, your presence recorded. Because when you write, you connect. You seal a pact with the invisible. And the angels move with even more strength. Now, take a deep breath. And know, you are just a few steps away from living something you've always imagined. But that is now closer than ever. Everything is aligning. Everything is conspiring. And when you least expect it, that phrase you thought you would never hear again will be said by the one you love. At the right time. In the truest way. You will smile. You will close your eyes. And you will remember, the angels warned me.